In this video, we proceed with the chapter Motion in a Plane. And the topic which we discuss circular motion. The circular motion. The first is uniform circular motion. Uniform circular motion. The definition, what is the definition of uniform circular motion? If a particle moves, along a circular path, if a particle moves along a circular path with uniform speed, with a constant speed. If a particle moves along a circular path with a constant speed, then the motion is called uniform circular motion. Then the motion is called uniform circular motion. Uniform circular motion. If a particle moves along a circular path with a constant speed, the speed is constant, not velocity. Its velocity gets changed at every point. The direction gets changed at every point. So if a particle moves along a circular path with a constant speed, then such type of motion is called uniform circular motion. Example: motion of the tip of the second hand. Motion of the tip of the tip of second hand of a clock. Where it is second hand tip, जो टिप का जो मोशन है, that is uniform circular motion. And motion of a point, second, motion of a point on the rim of a wheel. There is a point on the rim of a wheel, so the motion of the point on the rim of a wheel rotating uniformly. When the wheel rotates uniformly, then point on the rim also rotate. So such type of motions are uniform circular motion. Now the uniform circular motion is an accelerated motion. Uniform circular motion. Uniform circular motion is an accelerated motion. When a body moves in a uniform circular motion, the velocity at every point of the motion gets changes, and the direction of velocity is tangential, means the velocity is perpendicular to the tangent. At point A, the direction of velocity is v1, v, and the velocity is perpendicular to the radius, that is called tangential. At point B, the direction of the velocity gets changes. This is again tangential, 90 degree with the radius vector. At point C, the direction of velocity gets changes. So at every point of the motion, in a uniform circular motion, at every point its speed remains constant. Speed means magnitude remains constant, but velocity gets changes continuously. At every point the velocity gets changes continuously because the direction changes continuously, and the velocity is perpendicular to the radius, and we know that rate of change of velocity is called acceleration. That's why we can say that uniform circular motion is an accelerated motion. So in a uniform circular motion, velocity gets changes at every point of the motion. At every point of the motion, and the direction of velocity, is tangential, means the direction of velocity is perpendicular. The velocity is perpendicular to the radius vector, and we know that the rate of change of velocity produces acceleration. Rate of change of velocity produces acceleration. And in this case, at every time, at every point of the motion, the velocity gets changed with time. So rate of change of velocity produces acceleration. Therefore, uniform circular motion. Uniform circular motion is an accelerated motion. Speed remains constant. In uniform circular motion, speed of a particle or speed of a body at every point remains constant, but the velocity means direction, gets changes continuously, and we know that rate of change of velocity produces acceleration. Therefore, we conclude that uniform circular motion is an accelerated motion. So what is uniform circular motion? If a particle moves along a circular path with a constant speed, then the motion is called uniform circular motion. And examples of uniform circular motion, we can say motion of the tip of the second hand of a clock and motion of a point on the rim of a wheel. There is any point situated on the rim of a wheel, and with the motion of the wheel, the point also rotated. So such type of motions are uniform circular motion. And the next point is uniform circular motion is an accelerated motion. Because the definition of acceleration is rate of change of velocity, and in uniform circular motion the velocity at every point gets changes with time, and that's why we can say that uniform circular motion is an accelerated motion. Uniform circular motion is an accelerated motion. We conclude, because the velocity at every point during the motion gets changes continuously. Now we talk about angular displacement. Angular displacement. Angular displacement. Angular displacement is represented by theta. And the definition of angular displacement is angle swept out by the radius vector in the given time interval. Angle swept out by the radius vector. Angle swept out by the radius vector in a given interval of time. Angle swept out by the radius vector in a given interval of time. In a given interval of time is called angular displacement. Is called angular displacement. Angle swept out by the radius vector in a given interval of time is called angular displacement, and angular displacement is represented by theta. Suppose the particle started from point P0. This is the initial position. The particle started from point P0. After time T1, the particle reaches at point A and making an angle theta 1, making an angle theta 1 for the center. And after time T2, the particle reaches at point P and making an angle theta. Suppose a particle executes uniform circular motion. The particle started from point P0. After time T1, its angular position is theta 1. Theta 1 means angular position. After time T1, the particle reaches at point A and its angular position is theta 1. And after time T2, the particle reaches at B. After time T2, the particle reaches at point B and its angular position is represented by theta 2. Now, the value of theta 2 minus theta 1, the value which we get, theta 2 minus theta 1. So this theta 2 minus theta 1, we get delta theta. This angle we get delta theta. Change in angular displacement. So theta 2 minus theta 1 is delta theta, change in the angular displacement, and delta theta, this is the angle, and we know angle equals to arc upon radius. Angle equals to arc upon radius. So angle is here delta theta, and delta theta is equals to arc, and suppose arc AB is represented by delta S. So delta theta equals to delta S by R, and R is the radius. All these are OA, OB, OP naught, all these are the radius. So we get delta theta is equals to delta S by R, and delta theta is called angular displacement. Angular displacement, angle swept out by the radius vector in a given interval of time, from time t1 to t2. The angle swept out is delta theta, and delta theta equals to delta S by R, and its unit is unit of angular displacement. Unit of angular displacement is radian. The unit of angular displacement is radian. So the angular displacement, angle swept out by the radius vector in a given interval of time. Angle swept out, delta theta equals to delta S by R. The next we discuss angular velocity. Angular velocity. Angular velocity. And the definition of angular velocity: the time rate of change of angular displacement. 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 Angular velocity is represented by omega, and the definition is the time rate of change of angular displacement of a particle. Is called its angular velocity. Is called its angular velocity. And angular velocity is represented by omega. And the time rate of change of means rate of change of angular displacement. Rate of change of angular displacement or change in angular displacement with time is called angular velocity. So angular velocity, which is represented by omega, is equals to delta theta by delta t. Delta theta is the angular displacement and delta t is the change in time. And when we take limit omega equals to limit delta t tends to 0, delta theta by delta t, it becomes d theta by dt. So omega, when we take limit delta t tends to 0, then limit delta t tends to 0, delta theta by delta t, it becomes d theta by dt, called instantaneous angular velocity. Called instantaneous angular velocity, and its unit is its unit is radian per second. Radian per second. The unit of theta, d theta, is radian, and the unit of time, dt, is second. So the unit of angular velocity is radian per second, and angular velocity is defined as the time rate of change of angular displacement of a particle. The change in angular displacement with time. The change in angular displacement with time is called angular velocity. Now, time period. Time period. Time period is represented by capital T. Time period is represented by capital T. So time taken by the particle. Time taken by the particle to complete one revolution. To complete one revolution. Time taken by the particle to complete one revolution during its circular motion. During its circular motion. Is called time period. Is called time period. Time taken by the particle to complete one revolution during its circular motion is called time period, and it is represented by capital T. And next, frequency. Frequency. It is represented by nu. Nu or f. Frequency is represented by nu or f. So the definition is number of revolution completed per unit time. It is defined as the number of revolution completed per unit time. Completed per unit time. Number of revolution completed per unit time. Unit time is number of revolution, and nu equals to, or frequency equals to, nu or f equals to 1 by t. Reciprocal of time period. There is also we can also define the reciprocal of time period. The reciprocal of time period is called frequency. The reciprocal of time period is called frequency. Nu equals to 1 by t. Its unit is per second. Unit is per second or hertz. Then we discuss relation between omega, nu and t. Relation between omega means angular velocity, nu means frequency, and t means time period. So the relation between omega, nu and t means relation between angular velocity, frequency and time period. When t equals to capital T means time taken is equals to the time period. Capital T is called time period and a small t is called time taken. When t equals to capital T, then the angle theta will be 2 pi radian, or we can say that at time t equals to t. Capital T is the complete time, total time or time period. So time taken to complete one revolution. If a body is started from point A and then it reached to point A, then the total time taken is called capital T or time period. So in one complete revolution, the angle made is 2 pi radian, and you know that omega equals to angular velocity equals to theta by t, and theta becomes 2 pi for one complete revolution. We are talking for one complete revolution. For one complete revolution, the time taken is equals to time period and theta equals to 2 pi. So theta equals to 2 pi upon t, and 2 pi 1 by t total time at t equals to capital T, and 1 by t is called frequency. 1 by t is called frequency. So this is the relationship between omega, nu and t. Now the relation between linear velocity and angular velocity. Relation between linear velocity the small v, linear velocity and angular velocity omega. The relationship between linear velocity a small v and angular velocity omega. So we have seen previously that when a particle moves in a uniform circular motion, suppose this is point O, this is A, this is radius. When it reaches from point A to B, then the angle made delta theta, and this is AB is called R, represented by delta S. OA is radius and OB is also radius. And previously we have seen that delta theta is equals to delta S by R. Angular displacement theta equals to R upon radius. Delta theta equals to delta S by R. Now differentiate both sides with respect to t. Differentiate both sides with respect to t. Differentiate both sides with respect to t. So delta theta is differentiated, delta theta by delta t. 1 by r is a constant term, and delta s is written as delta s by delta t. And delta theta by delta t, this is called omega, angular velocity, and 1 by r, and delta s by delta t, this is called v, linear velocity. V equals to ds by dt, or we can take the limit to make it instantaneous. Now taking limit both sides. So limit delta t tends to 0, delta theta by delta t equals to 1 by r, and limit delta t tends to 0, delta s by delta r. So limit delta t tends to 0, delta theta by delta t, it becomes d theta by dt, and 1 by r, it becomes ds by dr, and d theta by dt is called omega, ds by dr is called linear velocity. So omega equals to v by r, and v equals to omega into r. So this is the relation between linear velocity v and angular velocity omega.